I'm Dagon from Inquisition. You are watching Chaos TV.
Hello, Dagon, and welcome to Chaos TV. How's the early summer been so far?
It's going good. We just got off a tour with Behemoth. A couple months ago, we did a full European tour with them, and then had about a 3-week break, and then we just finished the North American leg with Behemoth, and that went really good. We're here now, and we have Maryland Death Fest next weekend, and then we're going to get busy as of July into September in Europe.
Okay.
So.
The last time you played in Finland was 2 shows in 2012 with Satanic Warmaster and On Creation's Dawn. Do you have any good memories of these shows back then?
It was excellent. Absolutely love Satanic Warmaster. Excellent band. It was a sold-out show. It was packed. Incredible support. The promotion was excellent. Professional in every way. And the essence of black metal was there the whole time. Yeah.
Yep. How's it been in Steelfest already? How about the other bands? Or are you familiar with the other guys here?
I'm not kissing Finnish ass, but you guys have the best lineups, I think, in the last few years when it comes to festivals. So this is one of them. This is a prime example of what the Finns are doing right now with extreme music when it comes to festivals and shows in general. Yeah.
Yep. Your latest album, The Obscure Verses for the Multiverse, was released last year. Would you tell us about the album or the producing of that?
Anything about the album? It's, well, going on the deep end. I mean, I could be here, a pretty long time giving you the full layout of the whole album. But it's basically, it's what we do. It's just another album, what we do. It's, we didn't want to overproduce. We didn't want to underproduce. We wanted a very, I will even say almost flat sounding album. We don't want to sound better than we can sound live on an album. We just, we're not trying to surprise people with a production. So we wanted something a little organic, a little natural. We wanted the strength of the album to come through the songs, not the production. The title, it basically, I mean, you guys can look this up now. I've said it enough about the meaning of the title and the album, but it's a little bit of a combination of Sumerian mythos with a little bit of Sitchin theory, science, laws of physics behind it, all that stuff mixed up.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a much deep meaning to it, but it's out there. People will find it. I've gone through it.
How do you yourself react to reviews or interviews? You had the Nazi Ford short while, but how do you see other people's opinions about your music or style?
When you're dealing with when you're putting yourself in a public situation, you have to accept it. You have to learn to leave your persona out of the equation, not take things personal. It's not easy to do, but with great things comes other things that you may not be wanting or asking for, but that's part of being, as much as I hate using this term, a public figure. There's going to be people that might criticize your interviews or the webzine, or you live with it. You worry about what you do, and you just live with the criticism, good and bad. We do, especially myself, I do listen to criticism, and maybe out of 100% of it, I might take 5% of it and absorb it and really listen and slightly correct some things that I think people may want through the music or things, but some people mean well through criticism when they admire what you're doing. Maybe they want a little more of something, maybe they want it a little better in a certain area, and I have no problem trying to make small adjustments here and there. I like the challenge.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, the 95% of complaining or all that, it's dangerous. You don't want that to be your compass.
Of course.
So basically the answer is a small percentage of it is good to listen to and absorb. Yeah.
How do you yourself see the extreme metal scene nowadays? What defines the underground or the commercial part of it?
There's good excuse me, there's a great amount of positive things out of growth. I will say it. We talk about, I think heavy metal music in general has always been about uplifting of any kind. It's I think people will deny it, but basically, as lame as this sounds, it's a voice that we want to be heard. We act like we just want to hide in the shadows and be this obscure entity going unseen. Well, yes, but at the same time, this is a very loud, pronounced form of art. We do want to be in people's face. We want growth, spiritual or radical growth, any kind, you name it. And all those elements, I'm seeing them. I'm seeing them happen more than ever. It's people always talk about the golden age of the 80s. Well, I grew up in that era, and I think it's bigger than ever right now. I mean, just recently I was making a joke about, we're walking out of this nice place here after having a good meal, and got Earfost here playing, and it wasn't like that when I was growing up. Yeah. So there's a lot of great things. It's a very mature scene. People are they harness themselves well. There's no stupid disorder going on here. People come here to do what they're supposed to do, interact, support the bands that they like. It's good. It's good. I mean, we all know why it's good, and with everybody's support, these little micro economies that are going on here is good for promotion, so they can keep this stuff going. And then, like you guys, the younger generation, I remember when I was referred to as the younger guy. Now I'll pass that on and say I'm very happy because I'm seeing so many new bands coming out, more than ever, and they're going to keep this thing going. Yeah. Very important. There are genres that have died, nearly died. I don't want to see that happen to this stuff. So it's excellent, better than ever.
What does Satanism or devil worshipping mean to you personally?
It's the absolute opening of the third eye, the spiritual, not basing oneself on any man-made religion or philosophy. It's being an individualist, exploring anything you want to explore, learning from it, and understanding what's good, and understanding what's bad, understanding what's harmful, and accepting good things also. Good things are good for a reason. Knowing what's bad, understanding that. So it all equates to one thing: being the best you can be at whatever you want to be. That's Satanism.
Perfect. So, how do you see extreme metal bands spin-offs like limited editions or box sets or such other commercialized products like brewery, beer, maybe?
Well, I kind of understood, but what do you mean in a more clear sense? You mean like the packaging things they're doing in metal, or?
Yeah, like if they're like being too mainstream in some people's minds or something with other extra or something.
Well, it's kind of a multiple question thing. I think whatever you do, if you're being honest about it, again, it may sound a little cliche to people, but it's cliche for a reason. I mean, if there's a meaning to it and there's a purpose for it and it makes sense, then it's supposed to be. If you were talking about like all these multiple versions of an album, packaging, box sets, all this stuff, if that's what you mean by spin-offs, sometimes the label needs to do that. And they would not be doing that if people were not purchasing them, if people didn't want that. People complain about it, but they eat them up. They go. And labels have to give the public variety of a release so they can stay afloat. But they do it again because it's being consumed. It's what people want. It's like that with anything, you know, any type of product. So not good or bad, you know, it's just there. It happens.
Okay. So it's halfway of 2014. Is there already, or is it some albums coming that you want to hear or you have heard already? So like albums you've been waiting for.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think I have anything really specific that I'm expecting right now. Well, there's one thing, like I wanted to see Archgoat today and Goat Moon. I missed both. They played so early. I don't understand that. Particular albums, to be honest, I don't. I think part of that is because we're playing with so many bands. Sometimes I'm already hearing some of their new material live, or I'm up to date with everything. I'm pretty current with most stuff. But nothing specific right now, no.
Thank you, Dagon, and it was a pleasure to chat with you. So, do you have anything to say to the Chaos TV viewers?
Well, especially for Finland viewers, I hope you guys keep marching forward with the scene, man. You guys, mark my words, I think in a few years you guys are going to be near the top, man, doing this in the live circuit and with all the bands that you guys are producing and giving us. It's looking really, really positive, really strong, more than ever. So, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.